Hey everybody, James here, and in this video I want to talk about how Gary Vee's content strategy, his pillar content idea, helped me nail months worth of marketing strategy in an afternoon. So basically, if you don't know who Gary Vee is, he's just a really cool dude. He's a mentor of mine. He kind of calls you out on some of the bullshit that we believe about marketing and business and life, and he's just a really, I don't know, I just like him. He's a nice guy. I'm going to share a link so you can check him out below this video, and if you're listening to this on the podcast, there'll be a link there in the description and things. But what Gary Vee does is he is a CEO of a media company, and he has a crap ton of employees. He turns over heaps of money. He makes massive advertising campaigns for some of the biggest brands in the world, and he also has a massive social media following for kind of, if you will, his lifestyle blog on who he is and what he does in the world. Now, what I found really interesting is that he has this concept of pillar content. And what that means is you record one piece of content, a big piece of content on a big concept, a big topic, and then you cut it up into 50 million different pieces. You cut it up into small video clips, you cut it up into LinkedIn posts and memes and screenshot images for ads and all kinds of things. You can transcribe them into written posts, blogs. You can rip the audio and make podcasts. And I started doing the same thing. I started recording big pieces of content. If I was doing a speaking event, if I was interviewed online, a podcast or whatever, I would record it. I'd make sure I was recording video. I'd look at the camera when I was doing it. And what I was able to create was one piece of content that I could chop up into all these little pieces and redistribute and have more reach and more impact. And I can move things around by, for example, if we record one big video, I can cut it up into smaller clips and piece them together into a new piece of content that focuses on particular things. So let's say over the past 3 months, I recorded one video per week, one big video, and it talked about the attraction of clients. What I did was I then cut those pieces up and I made one video out of that video, out of all the little pieces together. And so what we're doing is we're creating these pillars of content around our message for our business, and we're using it to create other pieces of content. So instead of creating lots of little pieces of content, which is time consuming and not cost effective, we can create the pillar content, use that, and then we can also chop it up into smaller pieces and transcribe it and do all kinds of fun stuff to make other pieces of content, right? So with this concept, thinking about your practice, thinking about your marketing message that you're getting out to the community, thinking about how you're doing your content production. Right now, chances are you're sharing articles, chances are you are posting memes and the odd post telling people to come in and buy your stuff, right? What if you made one video once a week and you did it for 10 to 15 minutes and you taught one principle, just like I'm doing in this video, ironically, right? I'm talking about Gary Vee's pillar content strategy. I'm going to use this as a piece of pillar content that I will chop up into smaller pieces and use for different things. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, podcasts, blogs. Now, I talk about this regularly. I say, don't do a bunch of random social media posting. And while that's true, and I stick to that, I am doing this at a different level. Remember, I run a 7-figure online education business, helping health professionals to grow hyper-successful practices. So there's a different reach. There's a different purpose behind it. If you're running a small clinic or even a big clinic, but things are dependent on you, you need to look at what is cost effective, not just financially, but time-wise. If you're writing lots of blogs and you're creating a podcast and you're doing lots of video, that's not cost effective for the outcome you're trying to produce. Long term it might be, but in the short and medium term, it's definitely not, because there's some things that I'm doing with this stuff that you don't quite realize. And I'll get to that in a training in the future. But for right now, understand that this principle will allow you to create better content faster and have bigger reach without wasting so much time. For you, what I want you to do with it is you want to record one or two things once a week, and I want you to cut it into smaller clips. So you just spend an hour going through a basic video editor. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on your computer, and you just go through and look for little 1-minute clips that are really good. And then just cut it. Hard cut, nothing fancy, no overlays, no intros, no exits, nothing. Just cut here and cut here. And then you've got this 1-minute clip in the middle. And then give it to your staff to post on your social media. That's it. That's your social media strategy. You recorded one video, right, that lasted 15 minutes, maybe 30, something like that. Doesn't have to be long. and then you just went through over the next 45 minutes to an hour and just went cut, 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 and then you've got a whole month's worth of content. Now for me, I'm posting every single day, multiple times a day, so I might do that a couple times a week, and I might cut it into heaps more stuff. But remember, I'm on a different scale doing things differently. But in a practice, you need to be visible with your social media. You need to be emailing your database and your list. You need to be sending them content. You need to be providing value, building trust and credibility. But you don't want to be wasting time on things that are not cost effective. They're not going to produce a return on investment. This strategy, you can do one video every 2 weeks if you wanted to. One big video once a month and cut it up and use that for your entire week or month's worth of content. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are distributing it properly. So where this comes down to is emailing your list with a link to it to watch it, telling your clients about it, posting it on your Facebook page, and you're then sharing it to your groups or your personal profile. If you have a blog or you have an SEO company and they want content, then upload it to rev.com, rev.com, and they'll transcribe it into a document that can be then edited into an article super simply. If you do have a podcast, record a video of the podcast and then just pull the audio file off. That's your audio for the podcast, and you've got the video for the other content. If you are doing Instagram and things, super easy, one little 59-second video, cut it and post it there. YouTube, you've already recorded it for your YouTube channel. That's the main video. Just upload the entire thing. Everything else is cut off of that. Now, remember that, and I'm saying this carefully, don't overdo this. Don't do it where it suddenly becomes not cost effective. Don't be on 5 different social media platforms. My recommendation is you want to be on YouTube and Facebook. So you record the video, you upload the video to YouTube, and you upload the video to Facebook. And then you cut that video into little snippets that you can upload to Facebook over the next week. That's all you need to be doing. From there, it's just simply boosting the posts, sharing the posts, tagging people in them, stuff like that. For YouTube, you want to make sure that it's search friendly, but other than that, it's just a process of being found. So name the video file, name the title when you upload it, in the little description. All that stuff needs to be relevant to the searches that people might be making for that video. But I'm not going to get too technical on that in this episode, but just do that will be enough for YouTube for right now, for the purposes. And then the main thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking that video, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, you're going to take the link and you're going to email your database about it. You're going to say, hey everybody, just created a new video talking about X, Y, and Z. Check it out here. I'd love to hear your feedback. James, and then send. And that brings people back to your content. It gives them value. When you're talking to a client, hey, Mrs. Jones, I made a video about these stretches that you can do for X, Y, and Z. I want you to check it out. Tell my staff and I'll email it to you. Or I'll send it to you on Facebook, add me as a friend. Okay, whatever you want to do. Distribute it, get people to see it, build your profile, build your authority, and all this comes back to that Gary Vee strategy of pillar content. One piece of content chopped up into 50 million different pieces. So check the links around this video. As always, check out my free training, jamesnielsenwatt.com/free-training. That's jamesnielsenwatt.com/free-training. This training has produced 7-figure practices. This training is going to teach you how you can build a hyper-successful healthcare practice by creating the impact, income, and lifestyle you deserve by the attraction, conversion, and retention of ideal patients and the systems you have to scale that business. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you watch some of my other videos and some other episodes. And other than that, as always, I'll see you guys next time.